1. Lunar Crush. At number 1. I have Lunar Crush. The truth is that most people hear about the cryptocurrency through social channels like Reddit or Twitter. Yes, it is truth, there are some pretty solid influencers on YouTube. However, you cannot really compare that to what the collective voice of the crypto community is saying. Lunar Crush basically uses artificial intelligence, machine learning and all that great stuff together and organize information about different cryptocurrencies and make sense of it all. That includes gathering data for social engagement, Twitter activity, Reddit, link popularity, news activity, Google search volume, and much more. All that information is aggregated to give you a top-level overview of what the social sentiment really is for different crypto projects. Seriously folks, this tool alone will save you countless hours clicking back and forth between different information sources. The crew at Lunar Crush has developed two proprietary scores. The first is the Galaxy Score, which measures a cryptocurrency against itself when it comes to community metrics gathered around the web. This is honestly a really useful gauge of the overall health, performance and quality of a single project. The overall Galaxy Score combines the total score for major performance indicators, a price score, which is based on moving averages, and market value social. This is a percentage-based score reflecting bullish versus bearish social posts. Then you have a social impact score that combines the volume of mentions and the number of interactions. Essentially, this embodies the awareness of a project. Finally, a correlation rank is used by the algorithm to determine the correlation of social data to the price and trading volume of a coin. All that is then combined to give you the Galaxy Score for a project. In short, the higher it is, the better. The second interesting indicator on Lunar Crush is AltRank. So when you think about altcoins from an investment strategy perspective, I bet most of you are trying to earn more Bitcoin. Even if that's not the case, you probably don't want to hold an altcoin. If you're losing versus just holding Bitcoin, AltRank basically looks at a project's price performance relative to Bitcoin as well as community activity. When you layer those two things together, I found you get some pretty interesting projects popping on your radar. Honestly, there is a lot more to Lunar Crush, and even better, it's entirely free. So, be sure to check it out. 2. Messari. My second crypto research tool pick. I'm going to have to go with Messari. This is a crypto data aggregator that helps you scout those hidden gems to add to your portfolio or adopt a data-driven approach to help you make better trading decisions. He gives you numerous options to see what is trending in the space, to scout new coins and evaluate them. I constantly use the Messari Screener, which gives you a load of ways to sort coin information by clicking the Columns and Filters button. This allows you to sort coins by a comprehensive range of different stats, like liquid market cap, stock to flow, on-chain data metrics, sector, coin categories, social media stats, and a whole lot more. I don't think many people appreciate how useful it is to be able to sort different crypto projects by sector. That's all possible with just a few clicks using Messari. Yes, you can find all the smart contract platforms if you want, or all the stable coins, and so on. If you're a microcap gem hunter, you could say, hey, I don't want to see any project with a market cap greater than $10 million, and solely focus your research on this sector of the market. Another thing I find it really useful with Messari is its attempt to cut outwash trading volume. This is done by Messari building a list of what they deem the 10 most trustworthy exchanges in crypto and reporting volume from these exchanges separately. Basically, there are almost infinite ways to slice and dice the data in Messari. I use it to help create that short list of coins in a certain sector and with that risk profile I want. Yes, you'll have to do deeper research for coins on your shortlist. However, being able to quickly screen out projects seriously streamlines that research process. When it comes to cost, you can get access to basic metrics and features for free. However, if you want to get the maximum value out of this tool, then it's going to set you back $25 per month. Example chart. You can learn gainers and losers of weekly, monthly, yearly, etc. Top gainer coins in 2020. 3. Glassnode. My third pick is Glassnode. I'd go as far as to say that this is the only tool you need when it comes to on-chain market indicators for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So how can this on-chain data be useful to you? Well, a simple example would be on-chain exchange activity on Glassnode. You'll be able to see stats like the exchange info volume and how it compares to inflows for the last 24 hours or the last few days. That's pretty useful information to know, seeing most people send their crypto to an exchange if they want to trade it. Yes, there are a whole host of stats that I cannot get into in this text, but one set of numbers I like to look at is the number of new and active addresses. That gives me a great snapshot of what's happening in the wider crypto ecosystem. You can benefit from Glassnode for free. However, if you want metrics displayed over shorter time frames, access to Tier 3 metrics and the shorter data lag times, then you'll want to pay $29 a month for the advanced version. Yes, a professional version is available for a whopping $600 per month, but I honestly can't see how people like you and me are going to get value from that sort of outlet. 4. Skew. My fourth research tool has to be Skew. Honestly, this little-known tool is pretty extensively used by crypto asset managers, hedge funds, and OTC desks. It's damn useful if you are the type of fellow that likes dabbling in exotic crypto instruments like futures and options. That being said, I imagine many of you are looking at DeFi projects and the wider DeFi ecosystem right now. Skew has a host of really interesting data in a graphical form that I'm sure many of you can get value from. That includes things like ETH DeFi value and where it is DAI liquidation levels based on the FX spot price, and much more. There are also a host of really interesting spot market charts and graphs for both NETH and BTC. I'm talking about things like aggregated order books, aggregated data volumes, bid-ask spreads for different exchanges. Oh, yes. If you are trading on the likes of Bybit or OKX and want to know what's really happening with things like liquidations, 24-hour volume, today's volume compared to other days, the open interest, and more, Skew has you covered for that too. I must confess that only the advanced traders are mine. You are going to get the full value from Skew. However, I do think that knowledge is power and thought I'd put this tool on your radar. 5. Sentiment. Fifth research tool I want to bring up would be Sentiment. Like Skew, this is one for all you crypto traders out there. In short, it's a tool to help you analyze the crypto market and help you locate those data-driven opportunities. The tool basically combines on-chain social and development data for over 900 projects and delivers that to you in an easily digestible way. So, one way that you can use Sentiment is to help you spot X's opportunities. I found that extreme spikes in a coin's social volume during a rally is a pretty reliable indicator that a local top is approaching. That all makes a bunch of sense when you think about it. After all, do you want to be buying into a coin when it's in its peak height phase? Inverted question mark. You can also subscribe to alerts on the Sentiment, which will let you know whenever a coin you're interested in has a surge in social volume. Personally, I usually take that as a signal that a correction is coming and take the appropriate action when it comes to spotting market bottoms. I'm going to level with you. The indicators are nowhere near as well developed compared to spotting tops. However, the chaps that Sentiment has developed a bottom indicates that examines the divergence in price and on-chain activity. That's something I'm looking into right now, but the jury is still out on that one. Another useful thing on this tool, Context, and provide you with the data needed to study market activity. Yes, on-chain transaction volumes are useful. However, taking isolation could be misleading. I find that deeper chain analysis data, like token velocity, helps give you a better picture of what's really going on. And yeah, you can get all that with Sentiment when it comes to identifying social trends. I honestly find the Sentiment social tool pretty useful too. It calculates the top 10 words with the highest spike in Gene Crypto social media compared to the previous 2-week average. So if everyone is suddenly mentioning a specific project with the word buy, then it might be a good idea to consider offloading that position. 6. CoinGecko. Next, At number 6, I have CoinGecko. Market cap is a core crypto metric. Everyone should be keeping an eye on it. So what's the best tool to track all that? Well, yes, CoinMarketCap is very popular. However, since finance is the acquisition of CMC, I've been using CoinGecko more and more. Here you get access to practically everything that CoinMarketCap has to offer. However, there are a few advantages I want to quickly go over. The first is a user-generated sentiment poll that's pretty damn useful for working out how people feel about a coin on any given day. Secondly, CoinGecko also has more detailed social stats for the likes of Reddit, Twitter, Facebook. You can use all that information and combine it with that market cap data to get a better feeling for the coin. For those that want to check up and see what project developers have been up to, CoinGecko also has you covered with developer data on things like merge pull requests, contributors, commit activity, and more. And speaking of market cap manipulation is also a problem plaguing the crypto space. The chaps at CoinGecko actually have their own unique screening methodologies that try and filter out those bad actors. Basically, if coins are suspected of wash trading, then they're removed from the CoinGecko rankings. There are a ton of other useful features that have to leave until another day, but yes, vote definitely the check out CoinGecko when you have a moment. 7. CryptoPanic. The 7th tool on my list is CryptoPanic. Alright. I'm sure that many of you have encountered the situation where you're driving down the proverbial rabbit hole when it comes to researching a crypto project. Before you know, it's hours have passed and you have 50 tabs open in your web browser. What's even worse is that you still don't feel like you've completely caught up with the latest news and updates. If you're nodding right now, then you are going to want to take a look at CryptoPanic. In a nutshell, this tool is a crypto news aggregator that crawls through reliable news websites and other sources like social media. No fake news here. All this is super useful as news does impact upon crypto prices, and understanding why a coin is made a big move can really help you learn what to look out for in the future. It's also pretty nice to know the reason why that altcoin you're holding has suddenly started blasting off. If you want to save yourself hours scouring dozens of different crypto websites, searching for the latest news on projects you're interested in, then do yourself a favor and start using CryptoPanic. 8. CoinMarketCal. The 8th tool that I think you should try is CoinMarketCal. Essentially, this is a cryptocurrency calendar that tells you about all the upcoming events for that crypto project you might have an eye on. So let's say you're interested in what event drivers might impact on the net price. You can search the coin in CoinMarketCal and it will bring up all the listed events for the selected time period with just a few clicks. I've been able to determine that the new testnet launch is coming up shortly, a security review is incoming, and the mainnet launch is set for December the 17th. That's the sort of information that's pretty useful to know if you're scouting out a coin. The real cool thing about CoinMarketCal is that it's community-driven and upcoming events validated by the community. Trust me, if anyone posts anything fake here, and chances are it's going to get a lot of downvotes. So, if you have that annoying friend that always seems to know what events are in the pipeline for obscure altcoins or big caps, like you know their secret, feel free to call them out as nothing more than a CoinMarketCal user. 9. CryptoMISO. My 9th useful research tool focuses on what project developers are up to. After all, if there's nothing going on in that department, it's probably going to be hard to get some gains from that investment. Yes, you can get comments data from CoinGecko. However, I think CryptoMISO showcases it in a more digestible way. Also, I love to see how many commits project pushed in relation to each other. This gives you a rough idea of how hard those developers are working. This can help you look under the hood of a project. For example, the price action of Genesis Vision looks all good recently, and that's probably enough for most people just to throw their money into it. However, one quick look At CryptoMiso tells you they posted only 2 commits in the last year. That has to raise some serious questions about what their developers are up to right now. I'm not picking on this particular project. The point is that crypto-only Zouk can certainly help you flag up potential issues when it comes to project development. Maybe these guys have finished all the development they need for now, or maybe they're developing in private reports. Either way, you should definitely be aware of how much development is actually going on in a project, and this is a great tool for those who are not developers to get a gauge of that. 10. CoinDance. At number 10. I have a CoinDance. Honestly, there's just so much data here. So, if you're the type of person that wants to see the numbers for things like hash rate, fees, mining breakdowns, and more, then you might want to check this tool out. One of the things that I personally use CoinDance for the most is to give an idea of the micro-crypto environment and how adoption is going in specific countries. You can check that out here by looking at local Bitcoin data broken down by country. Many of you will be aware that Argentina is going through some tough economic times right now. Interestingly, there's a distinct surge in local Bitcoin's volume over there. Venezuela is another place that's in the economic doldrums with perhaps the worst hyperinflation. We've seen it for some time. But yes, not surprisingly, it seems that people are increasingly turning to Bitcoin as a store of value. If this chart is anything to go by, are the useful top-level stats include things like Bitcoin and blockchain search volume. If you see massive spikes in that Google search volume anytime soon, it might be a good idea to consider taking a bit of profit. If you're interested in the crypto macro stance, then you definitely should check out CoinDance. I've only scratched the surface when it comes to the data available there, and we'll have to leave a deeper dive into it for another text topic.